Mickey Tennant. I work at Cecilia Valley Elementary School for Hardin County Preschools. We are here this week for Summer in Action from July 8th until the 12th this week, from 9 o'clock in the morning till 11:30. Lunch is also served as long as I get a count in the morning. We are doing all about math this week. So today we're going to be doing some sorting activities. We're going to try to keep it cool also, cool as in it's so hot outside. So we're going to do ices and playing outside, things like that, some water activities. So I'm looking forward to meeting all of the families. Another special thing about Summer in Action, we're not just teaching your kids, but I'm also here for parents as well. So come on down and meet us. Have fun with us, and we'll be here.
So this is actually like part one of this camp, right?
Yes, this is day one.
There's a second part
yes.
next week?
Next week, Ryaneville Elementary School, Miss Jennifer will be there teaching literacy. So it's all about literacy next week, all about math this week. Let's see what our name is going to be this week, because you guys all voted on what we're going to call each other. So right now, since we're at the rug, we have some rules. Just make sure that you stay in your spot. Right? We're not touching anybody next to you, and we are quiet unless I call on you to answer a question. And yeah, we'll have lots of fun, okay? So what do you notice about our graph? Raise a quiet hand so I can call on you. What do you notice, Kira?
The blue is taller than the red.
The blue is taller than the red. What do you think that means if blue is taller than the red? Aubrey, what do you think that means?
That we're going to have that name.
So this is going to be the name that we are going to call ourselves this week because it's taller, which means more kids voted for this one. So if this is more, what do we call this one? Less, because there's not as many, right? This is a shorter line, and this is a taller line. So this one has more. So does anyone remember what the blue one means? Mia, what do you think?
Summer Smiles.
Summer Smiles. So we're going to call each other the Summer Smiles. How does that make you feel? Yeah. So now, every time that we do something together, I'm going to say, Summer Smiles, smile. And what are you going to do?
Smile.
Smile. That means you put your prettiest smile on. You could even point at it if you want to, like this. All right, so let's do it. Summer Smiles, smile. Good job. That was awesome. So now today what we're going to do, every day I'm going to write what we're going to do up there. It says today we're going to sort by size, color, and shape. So we're going to do some sorting. Parents, there's a schedule right here because the more you know, the better you feel. So there's that. And some things to remember in our class. We are all Summer Smiles. So one thing I always say is, it's my job and the adults in here, it's their job to keep you safe, but it's your job to help keep it that way, okay? So we need to do these things to make sure that we're helping to keep each other safe. So the first thing is, I will be kind. Can you say that with me? Say, I will be kind. Okay, and the next one is, I will walk safely. Say that. Safely. Okay, and you can do this too. This means walk, okay? I will walk safely. There you go. All right, and here's the next one. I will use a talking voice. Now, when I use a talking voice, am I talking like this? Or am I talking like, am I screaming? I don't want to do that because I don't want to scare anybody. Am I screaming? No. So we need to make what kind of voice? What kind of? A talking voice. Just a normal talking voice, okay? And then the next one, say, I will help clean up. Help clean up. Okay, so I say help and clean up. That's like putting something in a box, okay? So there's only 4 things.
That's sign language.
It is. So I'm going to help clean up. So when we do those 4 things, that'll help us be happy in here, and it'll help us stay safe, okay? All right, so who would like to share what you wrote in your journal? So I think we have time for 5 kids, and then tomorrow we'll have 5 kids in the next, okay? All right. How do you say your name? Evelyn? Evelyn, okay. Come on up here. If you want to stand up here, you can, or you can just sit in your spot. It's up to you, okay? All right, can you show everybody what you drew and tell us what makes you special?
I go to my school.
Oh, you go to your school, and that's what makes you special. Well, thank you for sharing that. You go to your school.
Wow.
That is special, isn't it? Yes, Mia. There's 2.
That my dad.
Here, turn around and then show your picture to your friends here.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
And that I'm kind.
So she said her dad is cool and she is kind. That's what makes you special. That is really special. Thank you for sharing.
My dad doing the car game.
Oh, yeah. All right. And Ivy, you can stay there or come up here. All right. Now make sure your friends can see it. Okay, so you got to turn it around. There you go, girl. All right. What did you draw about?
And that's my brother and my sister.
She has a brother and a sister. And that's what makes you special. That's okay. Maybe she has a pretend sister. I do too, because I don't have any real sisters. But I have plenty.
This is me.
Oh, is it you? It's beautiful. Well, thank you, Ivy. All right, how many was that? 3, 4? I think we can do 2 more. Violet, would you like to come up and show your picture? You can go sit down, Ivy. Oh. All right, show. All right, tell your friends what you drew about. Our Summer Smiles people. What did you draw? What makes you special? You like playing with your mommy? Yeah, she likes to play with her mommy. That's what makes her special. And you love Brownie and Mommy, it says. Oh, what's Brownie? What's Brownie?
I had a family.
Oh, you do? Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you, Violet. All right, I think we've got time for one more if somebody wants to. Yeah, Darren? Aubrey will try to do yours tomorrow, okay? It's okay. And you could show me during Sinners, too. All right, Aaron, go ahead.
Poppy.
Poppy. You have a Poppy. And I see something else over here, too. And a Mimi. Okay. And that's what makes you special? You got a Poppy and a Mimi? Yeah? Did everyone write something different?
Yeah.
Do you think so? You think so? Yeah, I think so, too. Are we all the same, then?
Yeah.
Are we different, too? Yeah, sometimes we can have things that are the same. Sometimes we have things that are different. And that's what makes us Summer Smiles. We're all Summer Smiles this week, right?
Me and my friend Freya got the same type of doll.
Oh, you do? Okay. Well, since we know some things that make us different, let's find out how are we the same. So, I want everyone to stand up and just put your journal on the ground here, on the floor. Now, the first thing I want you to do is look at what you're wearing. Do you have, let's see, is everyone wearing shorts?
Yeah.
Is everyone wearing shorts? Does everyone have short sleeves?
Yeah.
Or does some have tank tops?
I have one.
You have a tank top one?
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's sort ourselves that way. If you have a tank top on, we're going to go over here. If you have short sleeves, we're going to go over here on this side. I'm going to pick up our journals real quick so we don't slip. Oh, thank you for your help.
I have this one.
I'll get them back to you guys because you guys got your names on them, right?
I have this one. I have this
Oh, you do? I see it.
one. Over here.
All right, so tank tops are over there. Short sleeves are over here. Short sleeves? I'm going over here because I have short sleeves
She
on.
has a dress.
She does, but it's a tank top, right? A tank top means it doesn't cover your shoulders. You do, and your shoulders are covered. Are their shoulders covered? I see your shoulders. All right, how about if you have short hair, you're going to come over here. If you have long hair, you're going to come over here.
Mine's not cut. I have my hair short.
So do you think it's short or long? Short? Okay. I'm going to come over here. I have short hair. I have short. You have long hair, so you go over there. Yeah. You are. Does anyone have no hair? Does anybody, any kids have no hair? All right, how else can we sort ourselves? What else can we do? Do you have an idea? Who has glasses and who does not have glasses? I would be all by myself. It looks like. Does anyone have glasses? We have glasses. We both have glasses. How about if you wear earrings or no earrings? If you have earrings, come over here to me. No earrings over there. Earrings? Oh, I see. You got pearls. You do. Oh, I noticed something with our shoes. I think we could sort with shoes. What kind of shoes do we see? I see Crocs. So you want to make a Crocs group? Okay, there's a Crocs group. Can we have more than 2 groups? Yeah? You have tennis shoes? I have tennis shoes too. So Crocs over here, tennis shoes over here. What other sandals or what other shoes do we have? Flip-flops. Let's put flip-flops over there. Tennis shoes like me, Olivia. Crocs are over there, guys. Get with the Crocs, kids. You guys have the same kind of shoes.
Yeah.
Are you guys in your own group then? I see. Here, Aubrey, you got tennis shoes. Come over here with me.
What are the little symbols called?
All right, Crocs. Let's see. How many tennis shoes people do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. How many of these kind of shoes? These sandals with the strappies on the back? 3. How many Crocs do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. How about sandals over here? 1, 2, 3, 4. It seems like we all have 4, except for this one has 3, right? Am I right? Oh, does she? Does she have flip-flops? I see. So we are going to be going into centers. Centers is a special thing we have in the preschool classroom where you can go to an area and play with toys in that area. But when you are all done, what do we need to make sure you do?
Clean up.
Clean up, okay? And you don't have to just clean up after yourself. If you want to be helpful when it's time to clean up, we can all work together because we're all Summer Smiles together and we do everything together this week, okay? So.
I did centers in kindergarten.
Oh, did you? I love centers. It's my favorite time. So when you are in centers today, make sure that we're also focusing on how to sort things. So when we get our toys out, you have to sort them back out again, okay? So the art easel, there's only 2 smocks, so how many kids can paint at one time? 2. Also, there's water in that table over there, but there's only 2 smocks, so how many kids can play there? 2. So I will set a timer because some kids like to play there too, so I'll set a timer, and we'll have to take turns, okay? Are you guys ready to have fun? Yeah. Just make sure. It's our job, grown-ups' job. It's our job to keep it safe, but it's your job to help keep it that way. Yes, thank you, Aubrey. All right, let's go find some fun things to do.
This is Henry.
I'm a little shy.
Yeah, it's okay to be shy. It's why we're getting to know people. It just seems like it takes you a little while to get used to people. Okay.
Yeah, can you write your name yourself? I knew you could. There you go. Now we know who the artist is. Can you tell me about it? Tell me about what you painted. I see you used...
It's a tornado.
It's a tornado. What's this out over here? The wind. So the wind is coming around, so it's bigger in the middle.
Well, this is the earth, and this is the tornado.
What happened in the large class and now what's happening in center?
During center time, this is a time for kids to explore toys and then maybe adults to elaborate on their play. My favorite part as a preschooler is this time because we can take what they're playing and kind of guide them into learning, kind of tricking them into learning at the same time. So yeah, that's a very important piece in preschool is play. Without play, the kids aren't, it's more forced and it's more natural whenever they're playing. So it's my favorite part. Yeah? Oh, are you going to play in there? Oh, only your head. There you go.
So what went on in the large group when you guys were over here?
Large group, we shared what we did with journaling. Well, first, we did a question of the day. So the kids are going to answer a question of the day as they come in. And then what goes with the question of the day, there's a journal that goes with it. So the kids will journal for a little bit. Then when we come to the rug, we have a song that helps them to focus, helps them to calm down so we can get ready to listen to each other. So that's the time also for the kids to share what they journaled. And then we'll also touch on what the objective is for that day. So today we did sorting. So the kids, I showed them how to sort and then they came up with ways to sort themselves. So that's what we did today.
And after they finish centers, they're going to go outside.
Yes, we will be going outside.
And what will be going on there?
Well, there was a sorting activity, but surprise, there's a big mountain of mulch in the playground. So I got some scoop shovels. The kids love to help, so I like to use that helping spirit that they have because they all have it in preschool. So we got some buckets and we're going to start dumping some mulch. But I did have some sorting things planned, but that kind of, you got to go with the flow sometimes. So, but I do have things that are going outside throughout the week. So we're going to end this week with, what is it called? Snow cones. So with the snow cones, we're also going to sort each other by what color that we chose. Let me see. Oh, I see your apple in the grass. And it's a red apple. We're going to be tasting apples today. Did you read my brain? I think you did. So this piece right here, you can make a mountain.
Yes.
You just have to attach it. Can I attach it here to this side, you think? Or here? See, look, it makes it tall like this. But we have to put something underneath to keep it together. What can we put here? Oh, will that work?
Yeah.
Yeah? Let's run a train. Can I use this train right here, Henry?
No.
No? Oh, can I have a train to test this out and make sure it works? Oh, Thomas? All right, here we go. Ready? Let's see if it works. Does it work?
Yeah.
Bumpy. It does work, but look, it's a train track that goes to nowhere. Where are we going to attach it? We could move this piece. Okay. Wait, Henry, is that okay? Look at his face. Look, Wheatley, he doesn't like it when you take his pieces off. Maybe we can move this and attach this part here. Here we are. The playground. Go, Waverly, go. Yeah. I love tricycles, are my favorite. Uh-huh. Yeah. Oh, they sure did. Here, I'll help you out. I'm gonna put my foot here and scoot. Are you going to pick up any some kids for school? When you go to kindergarten, that's where you go to the playground. I used to be in kindergarten. Yeah? Yeah, HCEC-TV?
I didn't go to
Okay, after this, well, obviously, we got to wash our hands because we can't. That's one of the main things, too, in preschool is hand washing techniques, because that's one of the important things to keep everyone healthy, all of us, each other. And so we'll wash our hands, and then story time will be right after that, and then we'll have a small group activity. Today, we're going to be sorting apples, and we're going to have another opportunity to use a line or a bar graph. So they're going to try a red apple and a green apple, and they're going to choose which one they like better. And then we'll look again at the whole class and see which apple is more popular. So the rest of the week we'll be doing more math things, hopefully outside things. I know we've got a lot of fun stuff planned. And like I said, Friday we'll have ices, and but we'll be here for the rest of the week. Come out and join us. We would love to have you.
I'm Jennifer Arnold, and I'm teaching week 2 of Let's Learn Kentucky Summer in Action Camp for Hardin County Schools. Last week, they learned some math skills, and this week we are working on literacy skills.
So your part of it is literacy. What's the goal? What are you hoping to accomplish with these children?
So with Summer in Action, we are just trying to get kids ready for school, ready for kindergarten, ready for learning some basic skills, and also helping parents know activities that they can do at home to help their children learn.
And these are what, 4-year-olds?
We have 4- and 5-year-olds. We do have some younger and some older, but we are geared toward 4- and 5-year-olds.
And this is a yearly camp, is that right?
It has been going on for a few years. This is my 2nd year with the camp, but I do know that it had been happening prior to that as well.
And obviously you're seeing some benefit from this, right? I mean, you see that the children are benefiting from this program.
Absolutely. The children have a blast while they're here, and then they come back and tell about activities that they've done at home. And again, with this being my 2nd year, I actually have some students that were with me last year as well. So they've come back to enjoy the camp again for their 2nd year, and then also are getting to learn the skills at a different level. Even though we may have done some of the same activities last year, they get to do it again this year, but again at the different level of stepped up of knowing a little bit more now.
All right, what does it say we're going to do today? It says I can recognize uppercase and lowercase letters. Did you know that we have 2 kinds of letters? Uppercase letters are the big letters, and lowercase letters are the little letters. Some of them are tall, but they aren't considered uppercase. All right, Olivia, can you find your own circle so that everybody has their space and they can listen? Can you come sit in this green one? Yes, there you go. All right, today we are going to read this story. The title is, There Was an Old Lady Who Swallowed the ABCs. That's the name of the book. The author is Lucille Calandro. An author writes the words. The illustrator is Jared Lee. They draw the pictures. So the little old lady is going to swallow the alphabet. Oh my goodness. Let's see what happens.
There was a book named The Old Lady Who Swallowed a Fly.
There was a book named The Little Old Lady That Swallowed a Fly. And if you've seen that book, you might recognize this little old lady. Does she kind of, maybe a little bit, look like the little old lady on this story? This is my little old lady that swallowed a fly. We're going to see today if maybe she's going to swallow the ABCs too. Do you think my little old lady's going to swallow the ABCs?
I don't know.
We're going to have to wait and see, okay? So she's going to be watching to make sure you are listening to our story, okay? All right, there was an old lady who swallowed 26 letters. She ate them too fast. She should have known better. Back out they tumbled from A down to Z. So let's follow along and learn the ABCs. You ready? A is for alligator, astronaut, and apple pie. B is for birds, bugs, and butterfly. C is for cactus, car, and a chicken that clucks. Like our chicken yesterday, right? Henrietta, she moved over there. Did you see her over there? She's over there now.
How do you move?
I don't know. D is for dog digging daisies and 2 dancing ducks. E is for earth, eggs, and an elf in disguise. F is for fish, flowers, and a frog catching flies. G is for gold, green, goblins, and ghosts out at night. H is for a horse and a hoedown. Oh, what a sight. I is for inchworm and iguana and insects invited to tea. J is for jet, jeep, jewel, and an old jalopy. That was a silly word. A jalopy is like a broken down car. K is for key, kite, and a kitten playing kazoo. L is for sending love, luck, and laughter to you. Olivia, can you turn and look at the story? We'll have time to play and talk at center time, okay? M is for mermaid, magician, and man in the moon. N is for the number 9 and the planet Neptune. O is for oyster, octopus, and other things in the ocean. P is for party, presents, and pets causing commotion. Let's listen to our story first. Q is for quick, quarterback, and a queen. R is for rabbits, rose, and the most radiant rainbow you've ever seen. S is for scarecrow, spider, and more spooky stuff. T is for tugboat and turtle and things that are tough.
Oh, there's a tractor.
There is a tractor. You love tractors?
Bicycle tractor.
Yes. U is for umbrellas and ukuleles up in space. V is for violin, valentine, and a rose in a vase.
What? A vase?
W is for wind, wave, water, and whale. X marks the spot in a pirate's tale.
What would that do?
Y is for yawn and a bright yellow sun. Z is for sleep when the ABCs are all done. Hooray, the old lady is happy to see that you now know your ABCs.
Why did she not eat?
Well, she had eaten them all and they were coming back out, is what that said. So she was throwing them up. What do you think about that? You eat weird things, that might happen. Let's see. Do what? There was a picture right over there. Look, here I have another one. I have a different one there was an old lady who swallowed the alphabet. So in this one, the ABCs were coming back out. Let's look and see. In this one, is she eating it? Let's see. Oh, there was an old lady who swallowed the alphabet. The first thing that she swallowed was an ant, a tiny thing with a very sharp sting. So in this one, she was eating things that start with those letters. Did you know that letters make words when you put them together? That's why we have to know what they are. We have to know what each letter is and the sounds that they make, because when we get bigger, we're gonna start putting them together, and then they're gonna make words, and then that's how we know how to read and write and do all the things. I'm not gonna read this one all the way. I'm gonna put it right here, and we're gonna look at it later. We're gonna do a quick activity here at the carpet before we go to the table. Did you notice that I have the letters of the alphabet up here? Did you see those?
I have mine. You have mine.
You still have your, you have your letter line that we made yesterday.
It's in the bag.
Yeah, my letter line is up here, but then I have some letters here. Can you guys say the ABCs with me when I point to them? Ready? Say A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Whew, that was a long letter line. All right, ready? Let's listen for right now. You are going to get to reach into my barn, and you're going to pull out a letter. These letters are uppercase, our big ones. You're going to reach in and pull out a lowercase. Nope, you got to sit down until it's your turn. I pulled out this letter. Do you know what this one is?
M.
M. This is the lowercase M. M is right here. I'm going to put my lowercase m under my uppercase M. Those letters go together. You're going to get to reach in and find a letter, and then we're going to see what letter it is, and then we're going to put it up there, and I'll help you if you don't know what it is. I'll give you one in a minute, Ellis. I'll give you one. You want to reach in and get one? Reach in. What's in there? Just, you got it. What letter? Oh, you got N. N. Are you okay if I pick him up? Yeah. Oh, here. Get it. Ready? N. N goes there. Yes. Yes, Ellis. Good job. Good job. All right, so I found M and Ellis found N. All right, you got to say on your bottom. Crisscross applesauce your legs. Make sure you're in a circle so that everybody's got space. We don't want to be squishing each other. Olivia, scoot over to this green one so that Eliana has room. Eliana on this blue one. Willow, you can sit on green or orange. Which one you want? You want orange? Okay. All right. You ready, Willow? I'm going to let you reach in. And you're going to pull out. Oh, you already had a turn. Pull out a letter. All right. Do you know what letter that is?
I like your barn.
So this is a lowercase letter that looks like it's uppercase letter. Can I hold it up and show everybody? It looks like it's uppercase letter. You can hold it now? So it is a Z. Do you know where Z is in the alphabet?
Yes. Oh, wait a minute.
All the way to the end. Can you put it over there? Put it right under it. It's even the same color. There we go. Good job, Willow. All right, Eliana, reach in and get a letter. You're going to get a turn, Brantley. All right, let's see. Oh, what did you get? What is that one? It also looks just like its uppercase letter, just a little bit smaller. Do you know what it is? Toward the end of the alphabet. What do you think? Do you know what?
W.
It is a W. Stick it up there under that uppercase W. Yes, everybody's going to get a turn.
Hey, it's
There you go.
different colors.
Those are different colors. I don't know what
Red is
the...
my favorite one.
What color is your favorite? Red. All right, Olivia.
My color favorite, the red.
You like all the colors then?
Yeah.
All right, so Miss Jennifer C.
P.
We're going to do it this way. What letter is that?
P.
P. Can you find the uppercase P up here?
It's different.
It is a different color. Right here. I know, I put them up a little high, didn't I? I should have put them a little bit lower. Good job, Olivia. All right, Roy Paul, pick a letter out of my barn.
I already did. Yeah, 2 of those.
You already did a letter?
I think so.
1, 2, 3. Oh, sorry, Roy Paul. But you can do another one. We'll do it that way. If you already did one. What letter did you get? What is Ellis?
I don't remember.
I don't think you did because there's 3 girls and Ellis and me. So yeah, you haven't done one yet. So what letter was this?
S.
S. Yeah, you got it.
What color?
S. Different color. All right, Darren, you ready? No, it's loud. Gotta mix them up a little bit. Gotta get some of those beginning of the alphabet letters
Oh,
up
you
here.
got
Ooh, what did you get?
K.
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 K kind of looks like it's uppercase letter.
Same color.
Olivia, can you come back up here to your green circle?
It's same color.
It is the same color.
Hey.
All right, Brantley, you ready?
Yeah.
All right, Olivia, come up here and sit. Get one, Brantley. What you gonna get? Oh, you're digging to the bottom. All right, pull it out. Good job. Do you know what that is? I. This one does not look anything like its uppercase letter. Do you know where I is?
It's the same color.
It is the same color. It's an orange one. Right here.
Right here.
Right there. This one. Yeah, that's it. That's an I. All right, let's see. Sophia, I'm going to come around to you. Ready? Uh-oh, 2 of them. Let's push. Let's. I'm going to put that one back. Can I put this one back? I'm going to give you this one. Ready? Oh, that one's pretty good. Did you already do one? Yes. I think so. All right, Miss Kennedy. What did you get? What is it? It kind of does look like an I, the uppercase I sometimes when they don't put the sticks on them, but it's just a big line down. It goes with this letter. What letter is that?
L.
L. That one's an L.
Guess what? You have that line, but you put in numbers, and you put that in the front, and then you have a straight line just like.
Oh, yeah.
Please, that straight
All right.
line is from like.
We're not gonna take a second turn because we've got another activity to do, but we found some of the lowercase letters that go with the uppercase letters. All right, I'm gonna ask you a question. Who was in our story? Who was in our story? What was she? An old lady. And what did she do?
Ate swallowed a bug.
She ate some letters, didn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna give everybody a letter. These letters are uppercase and lowercase.
What?
And then when you tell me what letter is on your paper, Olivia, I need your body to be a calm body, okay? Can you crisscross your legs and put your hands in your lap?
Yeah.
Our friends can't listen if we're playing. Sit down on your bottom for a second. You know what? Actually, let's stand up. We're gonna change where we're at. Everybody get hands and let's make a circle. I'm gonna put you over here. I'm gonna put you over here, and we're gonna put Willow right here. Come here. You're gonna stay right. Oh, I said Willow. Willow, I didn't mean to say your name. I meant Sophia. Sophia, you come here. Willow, you are good. Right here where you were. All right, now, got it? Scoot back just a little bit. You guys scoot back, scoot back, scoot back. All right, and then sit down right there. Good job. All right, now. Now we're not in our circles. Okay, so I'm gonna give you a letter. Or you can let go now. I'm gonna give you a letter. And if you can tell me what letter you have, you get to feed my old lady. You can let go of hands now, Brantley. Let's see if I can.
I want to take one.
You want what?
Do
Do you know your lowercase letters? Do you know that? Do you know what letter that is?
Flip it over.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, actually, I'm gonna give you that one. There we go. All right. Are you ready? You get to feed the little old lady. Are you ready to feed her? All right. I'm gonna go first. I have a lowercase a. She's gonna eat it.
Where'd it go?
It's down in her belly. All right.
How do you get it out?
I don't know. We'll have to see. You think she's gonna throw up on us like the lady in the story? Is she gonna spit them back out? I hope not. We'll see. All right, Olivia, what letter do you have? What letter is that? Look at it. F. All right, Olivia. She's not like the unicorn. She's not gonna bite you. You gonna feed her? No, you want me to feed her? What do you have? E. Feed our little old lady. All right, what letter do you have, Willow? What is that? Do you know?
A D.
A D. Good job. Ready? Feed her. Good job. All right, what letter do you have? What? L. Feed her.
I guess
You can get it down in there. Yep. All right, she's good. All right, Darren, what letter do you have?
K.
K. All right, what letter do you have? Say J.
J.
Feed her. What letter do you have, Sophia? That's a Y. It's toward the end of the alphabet.
Oh
Y.
my God.
Ready? All right, what do you have? Yours is a Z. It's the last letter of the alphabet. Did you like feeding my old lady?
Yeah.
Yes. Will you hand me one of those? I don't have a bunch of this kind of old lady, but I did spend some time last night making these old ladies. And if you set it just right, she'll sit there just like that. What do you think? And then if you look, her mouth is open. She's hungry. So you have some letters. And you're gonna mix them up in the bag. If you don't have a bag, we can get you a bag. We were cutting some letters still this morning. So you're gonna reach in and you're gonna find a letter.
Can I try?
And I want you to talk to your grown-up if you think it's a uppercase letter or a lowercase letter.
Big one.
And then once you know what it is, you get to feed it to the little old lady, okay? And then after you feed the little old lady all your letters, they'll be in here. If you want to, you can make her throw them up and say, blah, and get all your letters out. And then you can put them back in your bag and do it again, okay? So we're gonna go to the table and we are gonna feed the little old lady with your grown-ups for a few minutes to be our first activity, all right? So you have a little old lady at your table. Go grab it.
You guys have what letter that want to mix it? No. Okay.
All right.
Sophia, the next activity is okay.
You want to do it together and just take your old lady home?
Good job. All right.
I think it's a big you. You don't want to feed the old lady?
That was kind of hard to tell, huh?
Oh, there will be some blank ones
Good
just
job.
because it was easier when I was cutting them. But if you wanted to put like your family names in there, mom's name, dad's name, her name, and then she could recognize some names as well. So that means the same for all of them. Yeah, there's some blank ones in there just because the way are they fitting in there good? Don't
let her bite your finger.
Mix it up. You're doing the same.
Don't let her bite your finger. No? You're getting a new couch. Oh, they are? That's always fun. They're getting it today.
I'm Carlina Sharon. I am the Director of Early Childhood Education for Hardin County Schools.
Okay, so we're here at Rineyville Elementary today. This is part of the Summer in Action camp, I guess you would say. So tell me more about what that is.
So this is probably our 8th year for Summer in Action camp. It is an early childhood camp. This camp focuses mainly on 4 and 5-year-olds, and we work on readiness. Every kindergartner in the state of Kentucky takes a Brigance Kindergarten Readiness Assessment within the first 30 instructional days of kindergarten. So we're constantly working on the things that they are looking for just to demonstrate readiness. So last week we had a week-long free camp for parents and their children that focused on the area of math. So we look at the readiness skills, all the skills that are related to math. We worked on those last week. And then this week, the area of focus is literacy. So we look at readiness skills that involve literacy, like being able to say, not sing the alphabet, identifying letters, knowing that a book is read left to right, knowing that the next page, how to flip the next page, that typically stories come top down, those kinds of things. But we do it in a way that is not, this is what you're going to be tested on, therefore this is what we're going to show you. It's really just done like we do everything in early childhood in a very fun, developmental way. So like I said, this is the 8th year, about the 8th year we've had Summer in Action. Our goal, I feel like for Hardin County Schools Early Childhood and for a lot of the councils in our community is to offer high quality, free educational experiences for families and their children during the summer. And we are extremely fortunate to have a month-long camp called Get Ready Camp. Usually that is the month of June, and it is in about 3 different locations. We've been in double-digit years now offering that every summer. And for people who've never lived outside Hardin County, I don't think they realize how unique that is, because you don't find that in a lot of counties. But the Central Kentucky Community Foundation is our sponsor for that, and we've been very involved in that for years. So once we were offering that, we realized that we wanted to offer something in July. That's in June. So we wanted something in July that we could offer families that was fun, educational, something they can do with their children, that made it just something that their kids would look forward to coming to. So about 8 years ago, we started a week-long camp, and then 2 years ago, we broke it into 2 weeks. So we have a math focus one week and a literacy focus the next. And we usually have it in 2 different locations so we can kind of meet both ends of the county, but everyone is invited. It is not just for the children that are in that school or in that community, it's everybody. So we do have, a lot of times we have people that will go to the math session and then come to the literacy session, which is exactly what we want, because we want all children to be able to enjoy these experiences and be able to do hands-on, developmentally appropriate things to be even more ready for school.
And they seem like they're having a really fun time. So having fun and learning at the same time is a great thing.
Absolutely. And then we try to make it that way. We do a lot of planning to make, we look at the readiness skill, and then we really look at ways that we make that hands-on and simple, that moms and dads can take it back home and continue to do those kinds of things at home. Because when you're looking at counting, you can count, counting is one of the skills of readiness. And when you're looking at counting, you can count in the car. You can count how many steps it takes to leave this classroom and get to your car. You can have your child go get you something and ask them to count how many times, it takes them to get back to you. So it doesn't have to be activities that you have to go buy something or you have to make something or elaborate. We just want families to know the skills skills, and then you can use just a lot of times you can use nothing, or you can use the things you're doing daily at home just to be able to practice that skill. You know, which is very similar to a lot of kids learn to sing the alphabet, but in readiness, it is to recite, not sing the alphabet. And a lot of families ask, why is that? Why would we want them to recite? And it is because when they sing the alphabet, there are a lot of times they lump letters together, and they think LMNOP is one letter, not LMNOP. So that's why you want them to recite it, because you want them to understand that those are 5 letters, not just one the way we sing it sometimes. But we're excited. We had probably our highest readiness skill percentages last year coming in, which was surpassed our pre-COVID percentages. So we're really hoping that that will happen again this year. Readiness is certainly a community effort. It is a parent effort, and it is a community effort, because children are assessed on readiness skills, like I said, within the first 30 instructional days. So what has happened from the time they were born until they were 5 by August 1st, ready to go to kindergarten, is what is being assessed. What happened during that window that would allow them to be ready for school. And if they're not ready for school, if they end up with like a ready with interventions, that does not mean they're not going to be successful. Our kindergarten teachers are fabulous in Hardin County schools, and it is amazing what 5-year-olds can do by the time it's the end of kindergarten. So it does not mean that they're, set up for failure in any way whatsoever. It just means we have to work a little harder to get them to be ready for school and to be on grade level by the time we finish kindergarten. So the scores that come in from, and parents, you will receive this if you're the parent of a kindergarten child. You'll either receive ready with interventions, which means that there were still some things we needed to work on, ready, or ready with enrichments. And ready with enrichments means that they came in very ready, and they need even like some higher or deeper level topics because they already have a lot of that basic information. So that information will also be shared with you. But we love Summer in Action. We have fabulous teachers that teach Summer in Action and do it every year for us because it is something that is fun. It is our opportunity to work with families. And as you can see from the video footage, we have lots of moms and dads and grandmas and grandpas and aunts and uncles that come in and spend that quality time with their child, learning some of these activities and seeing what their child can do in front of them, which is an eye-opening, kind of experience for a lot of families, because a lot of families will say, I didn't know they could do that. And these young kids can do anything we ask them to do. We just have to have very high expectations for them because they certainly, they are our future, and they certainly can do a lot of high quality things that we just need to continue to encourage in them. So we love Summer in Action Camp. We hope that you'll join us.
You can see some signs here. Look right here on the parking lot. Look, there's some here. And then there's some on all the cars. Don't touch the cars though. Okay. What is this one? Can you find the P?
No, I want to know it.
Yeah, we'll find it on your plate.
Yeah, like that.
Right, so hold it like this. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O. There it is. Now push it back. There you go. There it is.
That one's a
There it is. There you go.
at the bottom.
See if you can find them.
What letter is that?
Oh, and if we go this way, they're all the way down the parking lot. What? Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna make some pretend mud. Do you think that I can make some pretend mud?
It's like water.
Let me see. I'm gonna show you what I have.
In water.
I do have have water, Brantley. I have water right here. How do you make mud?
With water.
Dirt and water, right? So I have water, but I don't have dirt. I do have this. Has anybody ever seen this in the kitchen before? No, ooh, good guess. Baking soda is a good guess. It is cornstarch. Okay, oh, everybody listen for just a minute. It's my turn. Cornstarch. Oh, I'm going to get messy. I know it's going to happen. Cornstarch. So we have some cornstarch. And I'm going to put a little bit of cornstarch in my bowl. When I say a little bit, I mean I'm going to put this whole can in here. So you sit down. You guys sit on your bottom. I promise I'll show you. But that way everybody can see. All right, does that look like mud? No. What color is mud? Brown, kind of dirt colored, right? Well, I don't have dirt.
They have the ABC one.
Those are the ABCs. You want to sit down so we can do our lesson?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, this is cocoa powder. Do you know what cocoa powder is?
Yeah.
It's chocolate.
It's
Chocolate powder. I'm going to add just about that much cocoa powder. Yeah. Now, it smells really yummy, but what did I just put in here? My hand. Do you want to eat something that I just randomly touched with my hand after we've been playing in here?
Yeah.
No, you don't. You do not. You don't want to put things in your mouth that aren't food and things that are meant to eat. Even though we use these things for cooking, we're not making food right now, okay? All right, it's getting a little bit more brown. Now, can you see it?
Yeah.
So we have cocoa powder and we have cornstarch. Everybody's got to be on the bottom or I can't do the next part. And I got my water. So I'm going to slowly add some water and I'm going to mix. And we're going to see if we can get some mud. This is my water for making mud. You guys sit down, Kira and Liana. I know you want to see it. I'm going to show it to you.
Me too.
All right. I'm mixing.
Not again.
Hey, what's up?
I have the ABC one.
Those are the ABCs. Yes. Uppercase letters and lowercase letters. More water. The trick with making this kind of mud is you gotta go slow with the water because it'll be too yucky quick if you're not careful. All right, I gotta mix. Can anybody use one of their five senses? What sense is that? Smell. Can you smell it? You smell chocolate. It does smell very yummy. But are we gonna put this in our mouth?
No.
Nope.
Have you touched it?
Because I've touched it. It's in this bowl. I'm just using my hands to mix it.
But you could use like a little spoon.
I could have used a spoon, but you're going to also put your hands in it here in a minute. So we're making slime and not food right now. All right, let's see. I think that might have been the end of the water. Let's see. All right. We're going to mix.
Are we making mud off?
Mud slime. How about that? We'll call it both. Now, I might have to make another batch of it because there's a bunch of you, and Miss Jennifer likes to give you plenty to play with. Now, look, the way this works is if I am, oh, did I get you? Who did I get? I got you, didn't I? I can't pick it up off here. Look, do you see my ball? Do you see my ball?
Yeah.
It's moving in my hand, but when I stop moving, what happens? It gets slimy, doesn't it? What do you think? Look, I can pick it up, and if I keep it moving, then I can make a ball. You see my ball? But when I stop moving, what happens? It melts, doesn't it? Now, wait, what did Farmer have in the mud?
Pigs.
He had pigs in the mud. Just so happens that I got some pigs.
Oh, one time
So I'm going to give you some pigs and some mud at the table. And on the tablecloth there are some letters. You're going to have to use your pig to root around in the mud and find a letter and tell your grown-up what the letter is underneath your mud, okay? So I'm going to give these to Miss Avery so that I don't get the bag all gross. You are going to go sit at the table. And if you don't have letters at your spot, we can add them, but I think Miss Avery got around and got that done. Go find your spot. I'm going to start passing out some mud, and if I need to make more, I will real quick. All right, Carlos, come over here. Let's play in some mud. Mud. I'm going to run out. I'm not going to be able to give you much. I'm going to go make some more. Let us play in the mud. Do you have, I don't think you have letters. We can get you some on there here in just a minute.
Mud pile over there.
All right, Darren, you're going to get
There
just a
we
tiny
go.
bit, and when I make the second one,
Wait.
mix them up? How come?
No, I'm scared of the play bird.
You're scared to play again?
The play bird. I'll get you dirty.
We'll have to go more. All right. Here I come. It's an ever. All right.
Find a pig.
Some chocolate. All right. Good job. All right.